Working for the British royal family is not for everyone. Indeed, there are many jobs available as a royal member of staff. But in this gallery, we'll focus on those who work closer to the royals. These include royal footmen, domestic servants, butlers, and kitchen staff, among others. Those working for the royal family must follow a specific set of rules due to the unique nature of their jobs. Did you know? For instance, that Princess Margaret had a royal butler just to hold an ashtray when she was partying. Let's figure out and learn more about the rules. Employees of the British royal family must follow. 1. They can't vacuum. Royal servants are not allowed to vacuum. Yes. Most royal palaces are covered in carpets, but even so, they can't use a vacuum cleaner. Instead, employees must sweep the floors, including the carpets. It sounds somewhat archaic, but you won't hear the sound of a vacuum cleaner at a royal residence. 2. They can't walk all over the carpets. Royal footmen must also stick to the edges of the carpets, known as the slow lane, next to the walls. Tea temperature must be checked before serving. According to Dumfries House's hospitality manager, Evan Sampson, King Charles is very specific about the temperature his tea is served, so a thermometer is used to ensure it's perfect. The king likes his Earl Grey, or English breakfast tea at 100 Celsius to 12F, and his green tea at 70 C 158F. Extra milk is served on the side. 4. They must be available but discreet. Royal employees must be readily available, but discreet at the same time. 5. Royal nannies can't say certain words. Some words are banned from royal nannies' vocabulary. For instance, they cannot refer to children as kids. Kids is strictly forbidden, while most of us commoners do use the word. The royals find it inappropriate because it is the word used for baby goats. Children must be used instead. Royal nannies are professional caretakers. Maria Teresa Torian Barallo, the nanny to the Kate's children, trained at the prestigious Norland College in Bath, England. 6. They might have to stand for hours. Royal servants must be prepared to stand for hours. Former royal butler Peter Russell recalls a particular royal for whom he had to stand nearby with an ashtray. The royal in question was Princess Margaret. At a banquet, for instance, or a big social function, it meant you had to dance attendance on her all night long by possibly just standing to her left, or right with an ashtray so she didn't have to look to see where she flicked her ash. 7. They can't turn their back on the king. This is rude, not only for staff, but for everyone else who meets the king. Members of staff will walk backwards out of a room to avoid turning their back on His Majesty. 8. They couldn't turn their back on the Queen. The late Queen sometimes made it easier for everyone by turning her back first. This avoided the awkward backwards walk. 9. Employees should avoid wearing strong scents. Strong colognes or perfumes are a no-no in royal residences. A strong fragrance can indeed upset the royals. The rule was reportedly introduced after Prince Philip felt sick due to an aftershave one of his footmen wore. 10. Chefs are banned from cooking certain foods. Shellfish and food that is too spicy is not served to the royal family. They must keep it formal at all times. Former royal butler Paul Kidd recalls a moment when he told the Queen, "Your Majesty, your dinner's ready," a somewhat casual tone that left her slightly irritated. Instead, the former royal butler should have said, "Your Majesty, dinner is served." 11. Royal dogs are part of the family. Royal chefs not only have to feed the royal family, but they also must prepare meals for their famous corgis. According to former Buckingham Palace chef Daron McGrady, the menus consisted of proteins such as chicken, beef, rabbit, or liver, mixed with cabbage and rice. 12. Royal stylists have to be creative. The outfits are documented and carefully planned. Those worn a couple of times are usually repurposed or worn out of the public eye, a spin on the little black dress. This includes the rule of packing one black outfit when traveling. 13. Royal employees are not very well paid. While salaries vary depending on the function, the average housekeeping assistant or butler takes home around 19,000 United States dollars per year. Keep in mind, though, that accommodation is usually free, which in London is worth a fortune. 14. The royal family has a person do the dishes. A live-in pot washer would make around 22,000 United States dollars a year. 15. They might gain access to powerful info. Employees have some power. After all, once you are in the royal family's home, they are then at your mercy, said former royal butler Paul Kidd. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more.